Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into some fascinating facts about your furry friend's health. You know, I always say a calm and balanced dog is a happy dog, and a healthy dog is a big part of that equation. Now, we humans, we rely on words, but dogs? They communicate in a whole different way. Their bodies speak volumes, and their noses? Well, their noses are like open books about their well-being. Did you know that your dog's nose can reveal a lot about their well-being? Let's explore 8 weird things your dog's nose can tell you about their health. We're going to learn how to read those signals, understand what your dog is trying to tell you, and become better pack leaders in the process. Alright, pack leaders, let's talk about dry noses. It's a common concern among dog owners, and it's important to know when to worry and when to relax. Now, you might have heard that a dry nose always means a sick dog. This is a widespread myth that can cause unnecessary panic. That's not entirely true. Just like us, dogs' noses can fluctuate in moisture throughout the day. Various factors can influence this, including the weather, their activity level, and even their sleeping patterns. A little dryness here and there, especially after a nap, is perfectly normal. When dogs sleep, they don't lick their noses, which can cause temporary dryness. But, and this is a big but, if your dog's nose is consistently dry or rough, it's time to pay attention. Persistent dryness can be a sign of underlying issues. This could be a sign of dehydration. Dogs can become dehydrated for various reasons, including not drinking enough water, excessive panting, or even certain medical conditions. Remember, just like us, dogs need plenty of fresh water to stay healthy and balanced. Always ensure they have access to clean, fresh water. Make sure your furry friend always has access to clean water, especially during playtime or walks. Hydration is key to their overall well-being. Now, a dry nose can also be a sign of fever, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like lethargy, loss of appetite, or vomiting. These symptoms together can indicate a more serious health issue. If you notice these signs, don't wait. Immediate action can make a significant difference in your dog's health. It's crucial to consult your veterinarian right away. They can provide a thorough examination and determine the cause of the symptoms. Early detection is key to helping your dog feel better quickly. The sooner you address the issue, the better the outcome for your furry friend. Remember, we're looking for changes in their normal. Regularly checking your dog's nose can help you spot any unusual changes early on. If your dog's nose is usually wet and suddenly becomes dry and stays that way, that's your cue to investigate further. Consistent changes in their nose's moisture level can be a red flag. Think of it like this: your dog's nose is a window into their health. By observing it closely, you can gain insights into their overall well-being. By paying attention to the subtle signs, you're becoming a more aware and proactive pack leader. This attentiveness can make a big difference in your dog's life, and that, my friends, is what being a responsible dog owner is all about. Ensuring your dog is healthy and happy is the ultimate goal. Let's face it, a runny nose isn't exactly pleasant, whether you're a human or a canine. It can be quite bothersome and uncomfortable for our furry friends. But just like with a dry nose, a little sniffle here and there isn't always a cause for alarm. Sometimes it's just a minor inconvenience. Now, if your dog has a clear, watery discharge from their nose, it could be something as simple as allergies. This is quite common and usually not a major concern. Just like us, dogs can be allergic to pollen, dust mites, mold, even certain foods. These allergens can cause their noses to run, just like they do in humans. If you suspect allergies, talk to your vet about potential triggers and treatment options. They can help you identify the cause and find a solution. However, if the discharge is thick, yellow, green, or even bloody, it's a sign that something more serious is going on. This is not something to ignore. This could indicate a respiratory infection, which requires immediate veterinary attention. Prompt action can prevent further complications. Keep in mind, a runny nose often comes with other symptoms like sneezing, coughing, or difficulty breathing. These additional signs can help pinpoint the issue. If you notice any of these signs, don't hesitate to contact your vet. Early intervention is key to ensuring your dog's health. Remember, we're not just looking at the nose in isolation. It's important to consider the overall health and well-being of your dog. We're considering the whole picture, the dog's overall energy, their behavior, any changes in their routine. These factors can provide valuable clues. It's about connecting the dots and understanding what your dog is trying to tell you. By paying attention to these details, you can ensure your furry friend stays happy and healthy. Now this one might surprise you, but a change in your dog's nose color can actually be a sign of a health issue. It's not something most pet owners think about, but it's an important clue. I know it sounds strange, but it's true. Your dog's nose can tell you a lot about their overall health. You see, a dog's nose can change color for a variety of reasons. Some of these reasons are completely harmless, while others might need a closer look. Sometimes it's harmless, like when their nose fades in the winter, a condition called snow nose or winter nose. This is quite common and usually nothing to worry about, but other times it can be a sign of something more serious. It's important to be aware of these changes and what they might mean. For example, a change in nose color could indicate a skin condition. This might be something like dermatitis or another skin issue that needs attention. Allergies, infections, even sunburn can cause the nose to become red, inflamed, or even lose pigment. These conditions can be uncomfortable for your dog. In some cases, a change in nose color can even be a sign of an autoimmune disease. These diseases can be quite serious and require medical intervention. These diseases occur when the body's immune system mistakenly attacks its own tissues. This can lead to various symptoms, including changes in nose color. If you notice any unusual changes in your dog's nose color, it's crucial to consult your veterinarian. Early detection can make a big difference in treatment outcomes. They can determine the underlying cause and recommend the appropriate treatment. Your vet is your best resource for keeping your dog healthy and happy. Alright, pack leaders, let's talk about crusty or scabby noses. Now, a little bit of crustiness, especially after a nap or some outdoor playtime, is usually nothing to worry about. But if you notice persistent scabs, cracks, or sores on your dog's nose, it's time to investigate further. One common culprit behind crusty noses is a fungal infection. These infections can cause the nose to become dry, flaky, and itchy. If you suspect a fungal infection, it's essential to see your veterinarian for proper diagnosis and treatment. Another possible cause of a crusty nose is a skin condition called pemphigus. This autoimmune disease can cause crusting, scaling, and sores on the nose, as well as other parts of the body. Remember, it's important to resist the urge to pick at or scratch your dog's crusty nose. This can irritate the area further and potentially lead to infection. Instead, consult your veterinarian for safe and effective treatment options. Now, this one's a bit tricky. You've probably heard that a warm nose means your dog has a fever. While it's true that a fever can cause a dog's nose to feel warm, it's not always a reliable indicator. You see, a dog's nose temperature can fluctuate throughout the day depending on their activity level, the environment, even their emotional state. So, a warm nose alone doesn't necessarily mean your dog is sick. However, if your dog's nose is unusually hot to the touch, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like lethargy, loss of appetite, or vomiting, it's essential to contact your veterinarian. These could be signs of a fever or another underlying health issue. The best way to determine if your dog has a fever is to take their temperature rectally using a digital thermometer. A normal temperature for dogs ranges from 101 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, pack leaders, let's talk about the classic sign of a healthy dog, the cold, wet nose. You know, the one, that cool, damp snoot that always seems to be sniffing out adventure. A cold, wet nose is generally a good sign, indicating that your dog is well hydrated and their nasal passages are functioning properly. Dogs have a special gland that secretes mucus, keeping their noses moist. This moisture helps them regulate their body temperature and enhance their sense of smell. However, even a good thing can be too much of a good thing. If your dog's nose is excessively runny, dripping constantly, or accompanied by sneezing, coughing, or difficulty breathing, it could be a sign of an allergy or respiratory infection. Remember, it's all about finding the balance. A slightly wet nose is normal and healthy. A soaking wet nose, especially when accompanied by other symptoms, warrants a trip to the vet. Now, a nosebleed, also known as epistaxis, can be alarming, but it's not always a sign of a serious problem. Just like us, dogs can get nosebleeds from minor injuries, like bumping their nose or getting something stuck up there. If your dog has a nosebleed, it's important to stay calm and assess the situation. First, try to determine the cause of the bleeding. Is there any visible debris in the nostril? Did your dog recently have a play session that might have resulted in a bump? If the bleeding is minor and stops on its own within a few minutes, it's probably nothing to worry about. However, if the bleeding is heavy, persistent, or accompanied by other symptoms like difficulty breathing, weakness, or pale gums, it's crucial to seek veterinary attention immediately. Remember, while most nosebleeds are minor, it's always better to err on the side of caution and consult your veterinarian if you have any concerns. Pack leaders, we all know how important a dog's sense of smell is. It's their primary way of experiencing the world, of communicating, of simply enjoying life. So, a loss of smell, also known as anosmia, can be a significant problem for our furry friends. Loss of smell can be caused by a variety of factors, including infections, allergies, nasal polyps, even old age. It can also be a side effect of certain medications or a symptom of a more serious underlying health issue. If you notice that your dog is no longer interested in their food, is having accidents in the house, or seems disoriented or confused, loss of smell could be the culprit. It's important to consult your veterinarian to determine the underlying cause and discuss treatment options. Remember, while a loss of smell can be distressing for both you and your dog, there are ways to help them adapt and maintain a good quality of life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on keeping your furry friend healthy and happy. Remember, a dog's nose is an amazing organ, and by learning to read the subtle signs it gives us, we can become better, more attuned pack leaders. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover next. And as always, stay calm, assertive, and keep those tails wagging.